Hello, hello. Welcome to HornetClan. This is HornetClan's first ever stream. Welcome, welcome. So here's everyone that we're starting with. I will say everyone is immediately gonna no longer be sick next moon because I had to change the the moons to be accurate. So everyone has been sick for like 312 moons. So they should just automatically get all better. Outside the clan, we do have, we're gonna be ignoring Stone Shell, Twilight First, Shadow Blaze, Whisper Swoop. Those are just cats that we quote-unquote exiled because they left the clan. Egypt is here. She was the biological parent of Stone Shell's kids. She just dropped them off. There's Cece, a random rogue we ran into. Bumblebuzz is coded as lost. He spotted Spinel wandering around earlier. And Falcon is another rogue that we know of in a side clan, so she is currently coded as lost right now. Just to see if she will join. I'm not going to specifically search, it's just if they are going to join. I also have some bonus information of I asked Discord to give me a random number for my Spotify playlist. So if the song Bad Guy from Set It Off plays, I know you guys can't hear my music, but it's for copyright, but if the song Bad Guy by Set It Off plays, I will give you guys a verbal sneak peek for the next year. Anyway, so with that said, let's do our first time skip for HornetClan. Oh my god. Okay, so HornetClan doesn't have a lot of prey or healthy medicine cats, but, Moon 1! Okay, I will give the information that he didn't die in Galaxy Clan, so this isn't saving him from death or anything. Basil is glad that her stomach ache is finally gone. Cherubi's snake bite has healed, but she's scarred. Birchbone will always feel her grief, but time has softened it. Otter Steep is better, but has a weaker leg. Same with Ember Runner. Ghostpaw was chasing off a kitty pet named Pablo. That's a new face. And Conepaw's condition has gotten worse, which means I believe he probably has heat exhaustion. Who is Pablo? Hello. You're 84 moons old, insecure, good swimmer, and a good storyteller. Bumble is like, Spinel, I'm coming home. Ads are gonna play in like 1 minute, by the way. But, yeah, immediately. Okay, Bumble. So let's see. Maxstar is still grieving, saw a pair of 2 legs in her camp. Saffron Flame is sharing tongues with friends. I love our deputy. I hope he does well. He's such a sweetheart. Yeah, the extra moons was to catch them up with the rest of the clans. Cherubi Rance wants to get to know Sprout Paw better. Scale Plume is interpreting an omen. Interesting. So again, I'm going to be using visions and stuff pretty vaguely, like if they're going to be canon or not, kind of case by case. Scale Plume, however, did think that she had a StarClan vision last time, so I'm going to interpret that as she might actually have gotten an omen. Also, there are ads right now. I'm going to hydrate before I dehydrate. I have Coca-Cola this time. Also, on the Discord, I did entertain the idea that Spindlefox might be an interesting choice for a StarClan guide if HornetClan ever gets a StarClan guide. But, yeah. Also, here's Ghost Paw playing a prank on Crocus Whisker. He is baby. I coded in his little Wishkeeper bow that he took. I love Ghost Paw. Oh, also, I coded Maxstar as Adderstripe's kid, just so I could also code Dart as Adderstripe's kid, so that Dart and Maxstar could be siblings. And then, we haven't got to him yet, but when we get to Conepaw, I also coded Conepaw as Spinel's kid, again for bloodline's sake. Just so Ghostpaw and Conepaw would be related. Spinel wants to compliment Ottersleep's fighting techniques. Basil purrs contently at the thought of her clanmates being happy. Also, just a heads up, I know everyone hates Basil. You might end up being mad that Basil isn't evil. Because Basil generally is just kind of nice. Reed is waiting to watch the sunset. Bumblebuzz thinks every cat should practice their hunting crouch more. Joined on Moon 1 like a mad lad. Oh, you know what I have to do because he joined so fast? Ghostpaw is not even 12 moons yet, so I need to turn that on so that they don't have a litter before he's 12 moons old. Turbo's fetching Palepaw for another cat that was looking for her. Birchbone is feeling a bit ill. Curl Dream saw a two-legged kit playing with a dog. This is the cat that Fawnstar hurt the tail of. Ember Runner had a nightmare involving a two-legged trap. Ember Runner is xenogender. I didn't specify a specific xenogender just because I was kind of busy. But Ember Runner uses smoke self pronouns. Ottersleep is wondering if kitty pet life is really so bad. Pebble Dapple wants to go hunt. And reminder that Pebble Dapple is deaf. Also, I forget if I mentioned it in a video or not, but Basil also has partial hearing loss. Again, ignore the moons. I had to age up the clan. Mark is looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. Conepaw is wondering how his old clan is doing, and he currently has heat exhaustion. Sproutpaw can't wait to take a nap. Palepaw is eating some fresh kill. Oh, hi, Mark. Pool is complaining about being cold. And Crocus Whisker is assisting with camp cleanup. And in the afterlife, we don't have anyone in StarClan. I forgot to code Adderstripe as actually Adderstripe, but it's okay because the only status is still that. But we have Laurel, who lost all hope. That is kind of funny because Bumblebuzz joined the clan. Wait, that is kind of funny because Bumblebuzz joined the clan and Bumblebuzz is who killed him. There's Warbler Rise, who is acting suspiciously. She died of birthing complications. Sunstem is feeling more miserable than usual. He died, I believe, chasing, getting killed by a dog, I think from J-Clan, when he was investigating Scent. This was Maxstar's apprentice. Dart had a heart attack after the war with, Butterfly Paw. Rhymegrass was killed by J-Clan. Nikali fell off a cliff and died. Leap Glide, I believe, was buried on patrol. This was one of Maxstar's kids. Borge died of old age. But, yeah, let's go do some patrols. Ember Runner can go out with Let's send you out with your siblings. HornetClan sent. HornetClan is their ally, but this is a bit suspicious. Emma Runner can't contain Smoke's annoyance at the trespass when the patrol finds a lost HornetClan apprentice to be the source of the scent. Reprimanding them heavily, the apprentice is nearly in tears when Ember Runner finally lets them go. Great start. Let's send out Pale Paw and Saffron Flame. It's snowing. Saffron Flame really keeps the patrol on task and motivated for the sharp chill of the new leaf morning. Not through authority or commands, but with a gentle voice and compassionate understanding that encourages every cat to do their best for HornetClan. Again, I think he's a great deputy. He's really young, but I love him. Birchbone can go out with Reed and Sprout Paw since Max Star is unavailable. Reed is the leader of the training group today and considers herself a good choice for the role. She's skilled at explaining things, which is especially beneficial for apprentices. If she can get them to listen, that is. I'm not specifically going to do hunting patrols unless they decide to do that, because I'm not trying to help out HornetClan, so if HornetClan ends up being low on prey, that's a HornetClan issue. I'm basically seeing how they do on their own with the randomness. Going meow by meow through the warrior code, quote unquote, Reed imparts her ultimate lesson. There is always a point where the code must be disregarded. Wait, that actually fits. To follow something blindly is not to truly follow it at all, and the code exists to guide their lives, not dictate them. Look, Reed is like, look, we're a clan now, but like, I heard about the warrior code, but I don't really believe in all of it. I want to send out Spinel and Bumblebuzz. Are they immediately gonna find someone new? Amber Summit, that is a pretty name. Hello. They're sick. I will say that I did a bunch of AU runs with like this year. Spinel kept finding kitty pets with red cough. So I don't have high hopes that this kitty pet doesn't have red cough. Green cough! Woo! That's a win! I mean, it's still bad, but you know, he is a lonesome male who's 54 moons old. A lore master. He's pretty. I want to send out Ghostpaw and Scaleplume. So again, with the mostly non-canon stuff, Scaleplume is canonically mostly stuck inside the den doing dream stuff and being exhausted when not doing dream stuff. So probably not a lot of the Scaleplume patrols are going to be 100% canon, but we'll see. Well then, should we... Oh, okay. The sad ending. Rest in peace. That is not a good start for Ghostpaw and Scaleplume. And then Basil can go out with Mark and her former apprentice Curldream. Hello, J-Clan. Get closer together. Leaders share a quick nod of acknowledgement. The patrol refocus on their task without stopping for a conversation. We are barely above the needed prey. Good job, HornetClan. I'm he/him today. Thank you for asking. But, second time skip. No births or deaths, still not enough prey. Oh, Falcon also came home. So we got Falcon 2. Turbo's no longer grieving. Spinel has a running nose. Crocus Whisker is no longer grieving. Max Star is no longer grieving. Neither is Cherubi Branch. And Saffron Flame also has a running nose. Max Star wants to slip back into her nest. Maybe not feeling 100% better. Saffron Flame brought Scale Plume and Herb to identify. Yep, 2 cats coming back to back is really amazing. That is, like, so lucky. Cherubi Branch is craving the taste of Vol. Cherubi Branch, by the way, has been notoriously very mean, so we'll see if she's mean this time. Scale Plume is hunting. Ghostpaw is thinking about his life choices. Spinel doesn't want to go on desk patrol. Falcon has the apprentices engaged in a very tall tale. Welcome to the clan again. Basil wants to critique Bumblebuzz's fighting techniques. Reed is waiting to watch the sunset. Bumblebuzz is remembering why he left his old clan to be with family. Turbo wants to train. Amber Summit is drinking water from a nearby stream. Birchbone is visiting the Elder's Den with a piece of fresh kill. Cute. Curl Dream is soaking in the new leaf warmth. Is Cherubi really number 420 in the Pokedex? That's really funny. Ember Runner's exhausted after patrol. Ottersteep is wishing she was still in her nest sleeping. Pebble Dapple is fetching Reed for another cat that was looking for her. I'm good at talking. Mark is proudly watching Ghostpaw plan how to hunt down a creature. She made up... Does Ghostpaw have the wrong pronouns? Or is that referring to Mark? Okay, I guess that's referring to Mark. Mark made up the creature. Oh, wait, no, I understand now. I am a little not thinking right now. Conepaw wants to drive off a fox by himself. Very ambitious of you. You do still have heat exhaustion. Sproutpaw wonders if Pebbledapple is a good apprentice. Palepaw hopes that one day she will be as good as a mentor as Saffron Flame is. I love him. Pool is snoring loudly in her sleep. Crocus Whisker is curious about the other clans. And, patrol time. Let's send out Ghost with, Cherubi. We're getting daisy leaves. Daisy may seem like part of everyday carpet of greenery, present everywhere from rocks to fields to nestled at the foot of trees, but that doesn't make their leaves any less useful. And there's some dandelions nearby. Okay, so that was a good patrol. And then let's send out Palepaw with Saffron Flame. I'm not specifically gonna go hunt. They're just gonna run into hunting patrols if they go hunt. Again, HornetClan is struggling. Are they gonna steal a rabbit? They did indeed steal a rabbit. Then Maxstar can go out with Sproutpaw. Hello, Viper Clan. Oop. The patrol is standoffish and cold, and after a stilted attempt at conversation, the two patrols part and go on their ways. Our alliance is weakening. Let's send out Curl Dream and Bumblebuzz and Falcon. Talking about, the cannon cats. Fire alone could save the clans. It swept through their lands, scorching evil to ash, driving out those of cowardice in their hearts until the good and strong could reclaim their places, and peace ruled among the elements. Okay. Let's send out Spinel and Basil. Old badger set. We confirm there's a badger. Well, we push loose rocks in front of it. Turbo can go out with Ottersteep. Hello, Loner. Let's see. Houndthorn? Well, we have a hound. So, ooh, pretty. We want to rename her to something that isn't hound. Let's just do dog. just to be easy. I did not look at her information. Childish, fast runner, good teacher. Pebble Dapple can go with Ember Runner. Don't. I said don't. Okay, it's just a torn pelt. Ember Runner's probably fine. Dogthorn can go with Birchbone. Galaxy Clan sent us straight into the territory. We end up walking in circles, but the trespasser is either good at concealing the trail or the patrol just needs to work on their tracking skills. And then Reed can go out with Mark. I'm gonna not go after that, mostly because we're low on prey. And Scale Plume. Plantain. Evening New Leaf, and with characteristic smoothness, Scale Plume finds the plantain where she expects it. So we're still low on prey, so we're going to get some cats that are going to be feeling that effects next moon. Maxstar has heat exhaustion, Scale Plume has fleas, Saffron Flame's running nose has stopped running, Ember Runner's torn pelt is healed, Ghostpaw has a mild headache, and Conepaw's heat exhaustion has abated. Ghostpaw is also old enough that I can turn off that, so we'll see if they have more babies. Maxstar wishes she was still in her nest sleeping. Saffron Flame feels a sense of protectiveness towards the clan, ready to defend them at any moment. I love Saffron Flame. Ruby Brands forbids anyone from disturbing her while working. Scale Plume is taking a nap in Birchbone's nest. Ghostpaw wonders how Palepaw is doing. Sushi is looking forward to a gathering. I wonder if that means HornetClan is actually going to a gathering. Falcon charges forward on a border patrol, eager and unafraid. Basil almost got lost near some two-leg nests. I meant Spinel, not Sushi. If I said Sushi. Reed wishes she could just have a bit of peace. Spinel turned playful? Oh, he did. Cute. Wait, that's actually so cute with Bumblebuzz joining. That's actually so cute with Bumblebuzz joining. Taking pride in how well run his patrols always are. Turbo is craving the taste of mouse. Amber Summit wishes the others would stop thinking he's soft because of his kitty pet past. Dogthorn can't sleep because of the bugs and the heat. Birchbone wants to critique Turbo's fighting techniques. Curl Dream doesn't want to go on dusk patrol. Ember Runner sitting in the shade. Ottersteep wishes she could take the day off. Pebble Dapple wants to be chosen as the new deputy. Mark feels happy that she's someone others can talk to. Oh, Conepaw! Baby! He's missing Red Noise and Moral Nudge. He's also back to insecure. Okay, so he started as insecure, and then he changed to ambitious, and now he's back to insecure. Sproutpaw hopes to have an easy training session. Palepaw's complaining about an itch she can't quite reach. Pool is giving some advice to Basil. Crocus Whisker wonders what Spinella's up to. And let's go patrol. So Conepaw's better, so let's send out Conepaw with Spinel. Yeah, Conepaw isn't acting like his usual self. Spinel gently asks what's wrong, and Conepop breaks down, willing that he's not doing well enough, even though he's really trying. Spinel curls around him, purring softly, and tells a story of his own apprentice days that he never had, and his own mistakes. Spinel chuckles at the look on his face, promising that nobody but him will remember his mistakes. That's so cute. This shouldn't be cute, but it is. Let's send out Pale Paw and Saffron Flame. Massive Messy Eagle Nest. Pale Paw cannot believe that going near an eagle nest could be possibly safe and flatly refuses to go. You know what? Fair. Reed can go out with Sprout Paw and bring along Basil. Unfamiliar scent marks. Stinky Dogwood Tree, newly in bloom. Reed huffs with embarrassment and can't meet the eyes of the rest of the patrol. Technically Conepaw is adopted by Spinel in game. Birchbone can go out with Ottersteep and Bumblebuzz. Hello, small dog. Bumblebuzz hisses at the small dog, and the rest of the team backs him up. The dog skitters back, yapping loudly, apparently shocked by the display. Patrol breaks into yowls and caterwauls until the dog loses its nerve and runs from the HornetClan border into the distance. Pebbledapple and Dogthorn. Should I proceed on that? Like, should I ignore that, or... I don't know who would be an apprentice at this point in time. I think, yeah, we do have a lot of prey we need. I think for now I'm gonna ignore it, but that would be interesting. For now, we need to focus on actually getting up in prey, and again, I'm not doing it manually. Mark can go out with Ember Runner. During an odd moment of downtime, Mark asks Ember Runner if Smoke thinks she's a good teacher. Helping her clanmates is so important, and Mark feels like she never does a good enough job. Ember Runner interrupts her, shocked. Smoke's always thought Mark has done great. Mark looks away with a purr and hides her nose in her paws. Does that mean they have a crush on each other? Out of curiosity. Yeah, it does. That's cute. That's cute. Spinel and Bumblebuzz have already gone out this moon, but I will send Ghostpaw out with his parents next moon. Falcon can go with Curl Dream. J-Clan sent. Lost J-Clan apprentice, and Falcon understands it was an honest mistake, and she still lectures the apprentice, but sends them back. Turbo, can you hunt? I'm a little scared. Stops to swim for a few moments and feels rejuvenated, cooled, and ready to continue. Did not hunt, we're still below what we need, but we'll see. I think it was the same one. Scale Plume can go out. One of the most elusive herbs. Catmint, good job. And then Ghost can go out with Cherubi. Hello, Marigold. And we get Marigold. Good job. No births or deaths. Turbo helps strengthen the camp walls, but scraped her paw pads in process. Spinel has become malnourished. Maxstar is malnourished. Birchbone has a stomach ache. Scale Flume is free of fleas. Saffron Flame is malnourished. Curl Dream accidentally trespassed on the Galaxy Clan territory. Interesting. Pablo joined the clan. We really don't need it right now, Pablo. Ghostpaw no longer has a headache. Pool gave Falcon some little white flower bulbs. That's cute. And Amber Summit has recovered from green cough. Saw a kitty pet sitting calmly next to a dog. Saffron Flame is drinking water from a nearby stream. Cherubi Branch is relaxing in camp. Scale Plume saw some kitty pets. Ghost Paw is memorizing all the places catmint grows. Spinel purrs as a cool breeze hits him. Falcon is always first to volunteer when a dangerous mission is announced. Again, very pretty flower. Pablo saw a yappy little dog. Basil saw a yappy little dog. Reed curses a squirrel that just barely got away. Bumblebuzz has the apprentices very engaged in a very tall tale. Hello, Pablo. Welcome to the We Are All Starving meeting. Glad you could join us. Amber Summit tries to set a good example for younger cats. Dogthorn is thinking about a strange two-legged object she saw. Birchbone is finding the buzzing of cicadas annoying. Curl Dream brought Cherubi Branch an herb to identify. Ember Runner is patching up a hole in the camp wall. Otter Sleep saw a two-legged kit playing with a dog. Pebble Dapple pretends the mouse she's chasing is a bird and that she's a hawk. Mark is worried Dogthorn is overworking herself. Conepaw wonders if Pebble Dapple was a good apprentice. To my knowledge, yes, she was, off the top of my head. I think her main issue is that she attacked a nest of bees one time. Off the top of my head. Sproutpaw plays a prank on Pebble Dapple. Palepaw enjoys the warmth of Greenleaf. Pool is grateful for the treatment Ghostpaw gave her, cute. And Crocus Whisker is telling stories. So let's send out Mark and Bumblebuzz. Hello, large rat. We caught the rat. We are just above what we need, so we're good. We're good for one moon. I want to send out Spinel with Conepaw. And we can go out with Ghostpaw too. The moss is getting old. Mouse dung. When the cats arrive at the best moss gathering spot, they find that some animal dug up most of the moss. Reed can go out with Pebble Dapple and Palepaw and Saffron Flame. This ended up being a big patrol. Saffron Flame has a vision for a clever battle move, but he needs a couple cats to practice it with. Pulling the patrol together into a huddle, Saffron Flame explains the plan. Together, they're going to practice a coordinated kind of tackle, intending to shove an enemy warrior off a clanmate, knock him silly, and give enough time to rescue their injured clanmate. Looking around the determined faces, Saffron Flame nods. They can do this. I love Saffron Flame. He is such a sweetheart. Sproutpaw can go out with Pablo and Birchbone. Saffron Vision has a flame. Hello. Scent trail has crossed it. Try as they might, the patrol can't identify who left the scent trail or where it leads. It doesn't smell like clan cat, but there's little reassurance as the cats head back to report this. There is 1 minute until ads. Basil can go out with Otter Steep and Turbo. Oh, I will say, it is sad to mention, I did reveal that in Year 30, Cubby did die. It didn't really have any plot relevance to Galaxy Clan, so I did reveal early on the Discord that sadly, Cubby has died. Also, don't get stolen. Thank you. Turbo stops anyone from going near the two legs, repeating that true warriors have nothing to do with two legs or their monsters. Yeah, rest in peace, Cubby. Caesar's still alive, though. You know, the cat that attacked Rushwind once upon a time? He's like 240, I think. I'm gonna hydrate before I dihydrate. All the hows. Falcon can go out with Ember Runner. Practice teamwork. Nice to get out of camp and train, to have the space to focus, and a good training partner to work on things with. Curl Dream, Amber Summit, and Dogthorn. Hello, Viper Clan. We do not seem to be going well with Viper Clan. Curl Dream is quick to begin taunting them, poking fun at the other clan. When the two patrols part ways, tails are whipping and voices border on a hiss. Curl Dream, please, we went on a whole subplot fighting a dark forest war to get a truce. And then Cherubi Brands can go out with Scale Plume. They're chatting. Scale Plume asks Cherubi Branch if she's considered taking on another apprentice. Waiting for the right cat to show interest. She still has Ghost Paw. Why are you talking about this right now? The hungry cats can get fed on the time skip. It's fine. Turbo's pads are no longer cracked. Has moved on from Nook Holly. Spinel has become malnourished. Spinel no longer has a running nose. Maxstar has become malnourished. Maxstar's heat exhaustion has abated. Birchman's... Wait, did I already read this? I skipped, right? Okay, I did skip. That's something new. Birchman's stomachache is left. Saffron Flame is malnourished. Conepaw is entirely sure that he's ready to be a warrior, as the leader claims to be. His voice trembles when he takes his vow, as he's renamed to Cone Poppy in honor of his guardedness. He can't help but wonder if that is truly something that describes him. Aw, baby. So that's why he has a little flower when I draw him on his chest. Cone Poppy. Isn't that a cute name? A little sad he ended up being a murderer, but you know. So Maxstar is staring off into space. Saffron Flame is playing a prank on Pablo. Cherubi Branch can't sleep because the bug's in the heat. Scale Plume is drinking water from a nearby stream. Ghostpaw has no time for new harebrained hunting techniques. Spinel feels content. Falcon pokes her head into the leader's den. Pablo is reflecting on how different his life is now. Basil is thinking about a strange two-legged object he saw. Reed is helping to reinforce the nursery walls. I think some of them went up in a hunger tier. I think some of them are still hungry, but they went up a hunger tier from the food. Bumblebuzz wonders what Pablo is up to. Turbo's daydream about a clan celebration in her honor. Amber Summit is worrying about asking Scale Plume for help for something minor. Dogthorn is bounding for the territory, scaring away all the prey. Birchman had a nice chat with another clan at the border. Curl Dream curses a squirrel that just barely got away. Ember Runner saw a fluffy kitty pet. Ottersleep had a nightmare involving a two-legged trap. Pebble Dapple got startled by a squirrel. Mark is just so popular lately. Stop scaring away the prey. Cone Poppy cowers in his nest during a particularly rough storm. Yeah, he's back to insecure. He is a formidable fighter, though, and a camp keeper. And he got named at 14 moons old. Sprout Paw feels proud of himself for doing well in training. Pale Paw is relaxing in camp. Pool is enjoying the wharf of Greenleaf, and Crocus Whisker saw some wandering two-legs. Patrol time. Okay, let's send you out with Bumble this time. The moss in the medicine cat den is getting old. Same patrol. Ghost has not been named yet. Pale Paw can go out with Saffron Flame. J-Clan sent us straight into the territory. J-Clan cat taking refuge up in a tree, but this time no one died. We did get warned in time, and Saffron Flame rallied the patrol to drive the dog away. And then Max Star can go with Sprout Paw. Hello, Loner. Again, I'm going to focus on trying to rebuild up the prey. The Astro Nekos on Patreon chat in the Discord should know what Ghostpaw's full name is going to be. Are you going to poison the clan? Nope. Large amount of prey, thank you. Ember Runner can go out with Birchbone and Turbo. Birchbone explains an idea for squirrel hunting. Unfortunately for them, the idea is a little too far out there, and while they do manage a few small catches, the day is mostly wasted with little to show for it. I'm not pushing the prey button because specifically HornetClan is known to be struggling on their territory. So I'm leaving it up to chance if they're doing better or not. Reed, Falcon, Pablo. Bumble and Spinel could be rolling kits right now. They just haven't yet. Birchbone was indeed Stoneshell's app. In the heat of midday, yawning with sleepy pleasure of the heat, Reed hears a croaking bleat, and we find an upside-down mountain sheep. Hello, sheep. We brought back meat and wool. Amber Summit can go off Mark. Thinks he had a vision from StarClan. Talks to him about it. Again, we're gonna kind of be mostly ignoring StarClan visions unless they seem like actually notable. Like they actually are doing something. Cone Poppy, Dog Thorn, and Curl Dream can go out. Should I proceed on the Viper Clan apprentice? I'm gonna hydrate before I dihydrate. It does make a little more sense of Viper Clan since we did do like a whole truce thing fighting a war together. We'll see. Hello. Cinderpaw, huh? We have a Cinderpaw in Viper Clan. Well, a Cinder Kit. We wanted to swap Cinderpaw to be a medicine cat in we'll see if this stays Cinderpaw, but I think that's pretty, like, accurate. Tunnelpaw is the one that wants to be a medicine cat. Cinder Kit is one of Sparrow Dance's kits. When we play Viper Clan, we'll see if Cinderpaw is the one that fits the most to be joining. Again, the age and stuff, and basically all the information, probably irrelevant. We will edit that later. Also, Tunnel Kit is the one that wants to be a medicine cat. I misremembered. But, we stole an apprentice, so Pebbled Apple, Spinel, and the apprentice can go out. Hello, bird. We caught a bird. And Scale Plume can go out with Cherubi Branch. We're sunning. Feels great. Talking about half moon meetings, interesting. Again, we'll see how much that feels canon later. Cherubi Branch is being less stinky, so that's fun. No births or deaths. Spinel feels better. So does Maxstar. So does Saffron Flame. Inspired by Ghostpaw's thoughtfulness, Ruby Branch names him Ghost Sheep and welcomes him as a full medicine cat. So I was kind of giggling when we found the sheep last moon. So Ghost Sheep is his name. For the rename baby, this is also why I didn't do Sheep Kit on the poll. Sprout Bramble is also named, honoring his skill. And so is Pale Mane, honoring her vulnerability. And Amber Summit had a bad fall and is quite sore. We found a sheep yesterday, so your name is Sheep. So Max Star is looking forward to the sparse hunting in Leaf Bear. Saffron Flame can't wait to take a nap later. Ruby Rance wonders if her two legs miss her. Scale Plume can't find Pebble Dapple anywhere. Ghost Sheep leaps into a pile of fallen leaves. He's still strict, he's a great hunter, and clever. Got named at 15 moons old. But yeah, people mentioned that he looks like a little sheep. 1 second. Take it easy on me. Doesn't he look like a little sheep? Like just his markings and his colors. Spinel leaps into a pile of fallen leaves. Oh, I will say I did specifically pick the name Ghost Sheep because I wasn't sure if I was going to be streaming or not. And originally he was Ghost Speckle and that was boring. So I picked that name. Falcon wants to get to know Reed better. Pablo misses not having to work for his food each day. Basil is feeling happy. Reed wants to compliment Falcon's fighting techniques. I did actually take it from a recommendation on Discord, though, from one of the Patreon members. But I did take it. I said that looked cute, and I kept it. Bumblebuds got startled by a squirrel. Turbo is a bit annoyed today. Amber Summit is feeling a bit anxious after having been so many cats at the last gathering. I think it would be interesting if Hornet has been allowed to go to gatherings at this point. Dogthorn has the apprentices very engaged in a tall tale. Birchbone wants to critique Dogthorn's fighting techniques. Curldream daydreams about being a warrior in Tiger Clan. Ember Runner is thinking about Smoke's life choices. Ottersteep wants to spend time alone today. Let me send you out on a solo before I forget. Have some time to herself in the mountains. Rounds a corner and stumbles across a tiny, perfect sheltered gully thick with bushes and prey scent. That was nice. Pebble Dapple wonders if StarClan has given Cherubi Branch any prophecies lately. Again, kind of up in the air for considering any of that canon. Mark is glad it's not so hot out anymore. Cone Poppy wonders if his fur is unkempt and whether others can notice. Sprout Bramble taunted a dog behind a two-leg fence. Definitely a turbo kid. You are sneaky and a den builder. And you are compassionate and a learner of lore. Considerable amount of time grooming. Also, with the name Pale Mane, she probably got the dreads from the Nikali side of the family. We could send out Ember and Mark. Probably Cinderpaw, but we'll see. Had a nice Chaffaloner outside clan territory. Pool feels too stiff to lay in her nest today. Crocus Whisker cowers in her nest during a rough storm. Before I forget. Moss Clan sent. The Moss Clan Medicine Cat. It seems there are an herbs shortage, and the Medicine Cat was hoping to borrow Hornet Clan's own stores to treat a badly wounded warrior. Mark hastily escorts the cat to Hornet Clan camp. Interesting. Yeah, Nook vibed and then died. Nook died the same moon that those babies were born. Dogthorn, Cone Poppy, and Bumblebuzz. Small dog. Again, Bumblebuzz hisses at the dog. Oh, oops, Ghost and Cone Patrol. I will do that next time. Max Star can go with Sprout Bramble and Birchbone. Max Star suggests that might be a good chance to practice new hunting techniques. Much easier practicing pouncing when there are clam hits to pounce on. Plus, it never fails to descend into a game. Hiding, pounce, hide. Ah, ambush, splat, bap, 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 hide, pounce. This is funny when you consider it's Max Star. Oh yeah, the fan design of Turbo's dad did have a mane. Like an interesting hair situation, because he's based on an Overwatch character, I believe. Cinderpaw can go out with Falcon. Hello, goats. Cinderpaw creeps closer, wanting to watch the show. Unfortunately, he accidentally steps on a dead leaf, and the crunch alerts the two bucks. Watch in disappointment as the two bucks bleat and run from sight. All that bravado, and they were scared by a leaf? Turbo, Spinel, and Pablo. Tempted Prey. Resist Temptation, good job. Let's do a big one. So Pebble, Curl, Palemane, Amber Summit, Reed, and Basil. Curl Dream, do not. Confidently gathers them and prances back to camp at the patrol, where she is informed that red currants aren't a useful medicinal herb. At least it wasn't red berries. Saffron Flame, Scale Plume. Saffron Flame comments what he could not help but think about what legacy he would leave behind. They talk about legacy, and Saffron Flame's legacy would shine bright. That's cute. Ooh, Firepaw would fit. That would be interesting. Ghost Sheep, Cherubi Branch. Ghost Sheep is mentioning a dream. No, Cherubi Branch tells Ghost Sheep about the dream she had. Interesting. Contain the smell of dirt baked by the sun. Interesting. So this one has a specific, like, mention of something happening. So I think that's an actual dream. I just don't know who sent it. So we'll look into that later. Dirt baked by the sun. Maybe drought warning. I almost double skipped. I had to move my mouse very quickly. I see births and deaths. Oh! Okay then. Well, Max Star killed our medicine cat. Well then. Cherubi Branch says white cough. Medicine Cat from Moss Clan comes to Hornet Clan asking for lungwort, but Hornet Clan refuses. Bumblebuzz says white cough. Ember Runner tripped. Reed is caught breaking the warrior code. Not surprising in this clan. Amber Summit feels better. Okay, so I want to do a thing. Scale Plume was the first one to be mentioning Star Clan. I want to see if Scale Plume can go to Star Clan. I'm going to roll on it. Especially since Max Star killed her. So give me a second to pull up my phone. She is going to StarClan. Scale had a horrible life. I'm gonna be honest. Maxstar, what the heck? It wasn't even that high of a dislike. It seems they just had a recent argument lately. Maxstar is talking far too loud to the annoyance of every cat in camp. Saffron Flame can't stop coming the tears each time Scale Plume is mentioned. Oh, they did just have like a bonding patrol too. Maybe Max saw the Sunbig Dirt Dream as a Fred or something. I'm not sure. It could be related to Scale Plume not doing the dream powers recently. Ruby Branch still needs Scale Plume even though they're gone. You were so mean to Scale Plume in the past. Ghost Sheep saw some wandering two legs today. Spinel wants to go on patrol. Falcon is heading to the dirt place. Pablo is busy sharpening his claws to look stronger. Basil can't find Pebble Dapple anywhere. Reed daydreams about being a warrior in Leopard Clan. Bumblebuzz had a nice chat with Kitty Pet. Turbo is not looking forward to the sparse hunting in Leaf Bear. Amber Summit is ignoring gossip about his kitty pet past. Dogthorn bounces around the territory. Birchbone stares at Scale Plume's vigil longingly but doesn't feel the right to join in. I'm sad. Curl Dream saw a two-leg kit playing with a kitty pet. Ember Runner is crushing leaves under Smoke's paws. Ottersteep wishes she could take the day off. Pebble Dapple is relaxing in camp. I must bring up that Outrunning Karma is currently playing on my playlist. Karma. And from his... Anyway, Cone Poppy is thinking about his life choices. Cone Poppy is looking at the murdered medicine cat and being like, maybe this was a bad choice. Sprout Bramble is staring off into space. Palemane is helping to gather herbs all day. Well, helped to gather herbs all day. Cinderpaw knows he's doing the best he can, but feels guilty anyway. Pool is looking up, watching the clouds roll by. And Crocus Whisker saw a yappy little dog. Well then. Were you the one helping the medicine cats? You can go with Ghost Sheep. Again, Moss. Hey, we found Moss this time. Oh, I forgot Ghost and Cone. Next time, I promise. I'm literally gonna, like... Okay, I don't have any pens right now. I will do Ghost next time. Ghost and Cone next time. I'm sorry. Birchbone and Saffron can go out. They're missing their sister. Practice new fighting techniques. Neither cat steps up to teach. They are still kind of grieving, so... Pablo can go out with Sprout Bramble and Ember Runner. Small dog. Pablo hisses at the dog. And now Devil Town is playing. Interesting songs that are playing right now. Mark can go out with Dogthorn. New hunting techniques. Dogthorn takes charge. Cinderpaw can go out with Falcon. Little stream turns into a tiny cold bog. Cinderpaw refuses to believe that the cat cry he heard from the bog comes from a little towhee bird and argues with Falcon all the way back to camp. I am so sad about Scale Plume. The game just nuked our other dream shaper. Spinel, Maxstar, and Reed. Hello, goats. Oh, no! Patrol watches with glee, too distracted by the show to realize that their fighting bucks are getting dangerously close. It's too late to react before the two goats are upon them, pushing them fight right into the group of cats. Patrol tries to scramble away, but Spinel gets a broken jar. Not jar. A broken jaw. Well then. Pebbled Apple, Otter Steep, Amber Summit. Stop, not the jar. Jar of jam. He broke his jar. Oh no. I got a jar of dirt. Anyway. We're going squirrel hunting. Works good. We got a bunch of prey. Cone Poppy can go out with Basil, Turbo, and Curl Dream. They're having a disagreement and Basil has to settle it. Basil nods sympathetically, hearing out every side to the argument, and with her help, the patrol feels comfortable, even with their differences. Oh no, his jar, it's broken. I must bring up that Ghost Goat was also another possibility I was gonna go with for his name. So I'm kind of happy I didn't. Oh my god, with your broken jaw? Okay, Turbo has a running nose. Spinel is expecting babies. Boy. Spinel. Heal your jaw, dude! Ember Runner's bruises have disappeared. Pale Mane was the victim of a prank. Reed fell from a cliff and broke her leg. And Amber Summit was caught outside the territory. Well, we'll see the babies before the stream ends, because we're ending on 360. The jar broke and baby spilled out! I'm going to assume that he was expecting before he broke his jaw and then just kind of figured out after he broke his jaw. Maxstar is daydreaming about being a warrior in Lion Clan. Saffron Flame spent some extra time thanking Star Clan for the parade today. That might actually be accurate right now. Not Goat Kit. Ruby Branch is craving fish. He's like, I came for a broken jaw. What do you mean I'm pregnant? Ghost Sheep. I will say in an alternate universe run I did, Spinel ended up having another spindle kit. So you know. Also, the funnier option is if he has a Snarf kit, because Snarf is a name in the code. Anyway, watching a kitty pet sitting calmly next to a dog. Spinel curses a squirrel that just barely got away. Boy. Adds in 1 minute, by the way. Falcon is finding Turbo annoying. Pablo brought Cherubi Branch and Herb to identify. Basil is wondering just how good at swimming she really is. Also, I'm gonna check something. Okay, you don't have prevent kits on. Reed is out on a walk in the territory. Bumblebuzz tries to set a good example for younger cats. And Bumblebuzz has white cough, too! Spinel has a broken jaw, and Bumblebuzz has white cough. What is going on? Great timing, guys. Also, Yoshi is, like, licking his paws very obnoxiously in the background. Hey, buddy. Oh, don't cough at me. You okay? You okay, Yoshi? Did you eat something on your paw? you get, like, a hairball, dude? You okay? He's fine. Ads are playing right now. I'm gonna hydrate before I dehydrate. Bumblebuzz joined HornetClan Moon 1. Turbo tries to set a good example for younger cats. Amber Summit is picking the burrs from his pelt. Dog form wants to compliment Reed's fighting techniques. Birchbone is feeling sassy. Curl Dream wants to get to know Falcon better. Ember Runner daydreams about being a warrior. Otter Steep is wondering just how good at swimming she is. Pebbled Apple wants to hunt. Mark is crushing leaves under her paws. Not Cough Kit. Cone Poppy wants to compliment. I think I already read that. Sprout Bramble is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. Yeah, whatever happened to Bumblebuzz for basically all of year 30 is probably retconned. Patiently waits for a rabbit, eventually catching it. Cinderpaw is thinking about a strange two-legged object. Pool is crushing leaves under her paws. And Crocus Whisker saw a kitty pet with no fur at all. Someone asked about crushes that Curl might have, so I will check. I still have Dead on. She likes Saffron Flame. I could send her out with Saffron Flame. I can also check Cone Poppy's relations. Respects Spinel. Doesn't really like Spinel. Likes Pablo. Comfort and trust in Ghost Sheep. Dislikes Bumblebuzz now. Nothing too big or anything. Okay, I'm gonna send out Saffron with Curl Dream. Good chance to practice teamwork. Both cats have a nice practice session. Their trust and coordination with each other grows stronger. Gonna send out Cinderpaw and Falcon. And I will send out Cone Poppy and Ghost Sheep before I forget. Falcon, be careful. Don't get killed by a badger. Bonding time. I did not forget. Hello. It's always Moss. It's only Moss. We found Moss, though. Not Goatjaw. Amber Summit, Sprout Bramble, and Pale Mane. Shrew. We missed the Shrew. I'm gonna do a solo. Pebbled Apple. Oh, Crispy. Crispy's ghost. That's sad. Who was Crispy? I love that name. Also, Scale Plume, what's going on? Wants to speak with old friends. Crispy. Oh, also, look at all the... Ignore most of these guys. Hi, Crispy. You were only 12 moons old? That's so sad. Basil can go with Ember Runner. Large dog. Basil selflessly takes the lion's share of the run as the patrol leads the dog on, exhausting herself almost to the point of danger, but leading the dog far away from HornetClan's borders. This is what I mean, by the way, of I said that everyone hates Basil, but Basil is honestly just chilling and is actually pretty nice. Pablo can get with Birchbone. Hello, Loner. I proceeded on the last one, so I'm just gonna pretend we didn't see this one. Ottersteep can go with Mark and Turbo. Hello, Dispute. Can Turbo settle it? Yes. Yes, she can. Max Star can go with Dogforn. Oh! Dogforn got killed by a Wolverine. That was that was not a long run for Dogforn. But, time skip time. I see births and deaths. Hopefully it's just Spinel. Turbo's bad leg is feeling particularly sore this moon. Spinel hopes the litter will be small. He feels overwhelmed at the idea of a big litter. You did have 1 kit litters every time. Ruby Branch no longer has White Cough. Birchbone saved Ghost Sheep from an enemy warrior that was barely even hurt. She's a bit bruised, but bruises are better than claw marks. Interesting. Something to keep an eye out for. Someone attacked Ghost. Saffron Flame was arguing with a cat named Chasing. Hello. You are 19 moons old, insecure, valuable insight, good swimmer. Why would Saffron Flame be arguing with you? Cinderpaw was the victim of a prank. And Dogforn died. Saw Wandering Two Legs. Saffron Flame is careful not to stand under branches with snow on them. Oh, my eyes are watering. I just had such a bad coughing fit. They muted it for part of it. I'm gonna hydrate. The stream will end on Moon on a free 60. Ruby Rams forbids anyone from disturbing her when working. Ghost Sheep had a nice traffic hat for another clan. Sorry if my voice is a little weird now. Again, had a coughing fit. Spinel is pranking Reed while you are pregnant and have a broken jaw. Spinel, my dude. Falcon is bounding for the territory, scaring away all the prey. Pablo is careful not to stand under branches with snow on them. Basil is thinking about her life choices. Reed is craving the taste of frog. Sorry if the coughing fit followed by complete silence was scary. I was just trying to mute all the coughing. Bumblebuzz is trying to set a good example for young cats. Turbo saw a kitty pet with no fur. Amber Summit is worried Ghost Sheep is overworking himself. Birchbone is cleaning the clearing of snow. Yeah, I drank something. I didn't drink water. I should drink water, but the water's upstairs. I drink Coca-Cola, which is probably not the best. I have no comment on if HornetClan and GalaxyClan are battling on their end, but last year they were fighting. Yoko lost a life before your eyes. Curl Dream saw some kitty pets playing with colorful moss balls. Ember Runner daydreams about being a warrior in Leopard Clan. Otter Sleep explores the territory of Ember Runner. I can send out the siblings. Pebble Dapple wonders if Star Clan has given Ghost Sheep any prophecies. Mark forgot where she put something, and every other cat offers to help her find it. Cone Poppy wishes he had wings so he could catch birds easier. Sprout Bramble is repairing one of the camp walls. Palemane volunteered for extra duties. Cinderpaw plays a prank on Basil. Pool is humming a tune that she heard near Two Leg Place. Crocus Whisker is giving the clan leader attitude. That is your mate. That's kind of funny. I wanted to send out siblings. I believe it was you two. I'll proceed. They're dead. Rest in peace. Someone said solo turbo to see if they do anything interesting. Despite the snow, Turbo manages to hunt successfully, finding a mouse. Cherubi Branch can go with Ghost Sheep. Ghost Sheep tells Cherubi Branch about the dream he had. Oh, there it is. That's the meanness that Cherubi Branch I was expecting from. Cherubi Branch stares at Ghost Sheep with a cold look, telling him to figure out his dreams himself, and that it's doubtful someone like Ghost Sheep would have a vision. Well then. We could do a solo Cone. It's possible Cone dies here. Nope. All Cone Puppy's attempts to drive the small dog off only send into greater and greater fits of excitement until the only thing to do is wait, miserable and humiliated. At least he didn't die. I can do Saffron Curl again. Hunting. The setting sun makes light strange, elongated shadows, and tinging the world yellow as the cats prowl around, each taking their turn as prey and hunter. But I want to. Why does it feel like I can tell you anything? I could tell you anything. Hello, mouse. Basil got it. Free. Dang, I can't sing on the best of days. I cannot sing when I had a coffee. I could do a max solo next time. Loose rocks in front of the set's mouth. Palemane, Sprout Bramble, and Falcon, along with Cinderpaw. Hi, Yoshi. This is a very ironic story to be telling. Once upon a time lived a clan filthy and pathetic who did nothing but steal from others, never giving thought to the hurt they did or credit of the hunter's hard work. Smug, slimy, and unpleasant, the cats of Whisker Grove stole from HornetClan and every other clan. Very ironic that you guys are telling this. A bunch of pathetic, pilfering, prissy wastes of air. If you don't know, Whisker Grove is an app that basically stole Clan Gen in, like, the real world. This patrol is a reference to that. Amber, Pablo, and Birchbone. Ooh. Works all day to free Amber Summit and gets nothing else done, but at least there's no broken bone. We're getting the babies now. Baby/babies. Turbo's running nose has stopped running. They had two. Even with Bumblebuzz by his side, Spinel doesn't feel ready to be a parent of the two kids. He swears on StarClan itself. Oh, Cherubi Branch finds a rogue who asked to join the clan. Is now named Linkston. Birchbone is no longer Birchbone is no longer has bruises. Curl Dream got bruised from falling from a tree. Bumblebuzz recovered from white cough. Ghost Sheep noticed Ember Rummer limping and gave Smoke some exercises. Ghost Sheep has green cough. That scares me. Pablo has white cough. Cinderpaw's small cut has healed up nicely. I want to immediately look at what the babies are. Aw, Rocky Kitten Dokit. A little girl, attention seeker. And a little boy named Dokit. Do you want to change Dokit to Buttkit? Just, gender-wise. Ooh, ghost mask. I'm not making it jar kit. I'm just gonna... There. That's still bad considering the goats were bucking, but, like, they were butting heads, but you know. Turbo murdered someone named Buck, maybe Deer. I mean, that was Turbo, not Spinel. They're cute. You're self-conscious and you're an attention seeker. Crocus Whisker is snoring. Pool is telling a rather tall tale. Cinderpaw is out on a walk. I still love it because a bucket is just a jar with less charisma. We will be getting designs for the babies, and I'm honestly probably going to roll the traits, like, immediately after stream. Palemane volunteered to stand guard of the camp. Sprout Bramble is helping to reinforce the camp walls. Cone Poppy doesn't want to go in dusk patrol. Yes, Spinel has his first daughter. Mark is eavesdropping on Reed. Pebble Dapple nearly hits the den ceiling when Ghost Sheep suddenly enters her line of sight. Otter Seep ate a mouse on patrol. Ember Runner is drinking water from a nearby stream. Curl Dream wants to go hunt. I'm gonna drink more Coca-Cola. Birchbone slipped on some ice. Hydrate before you dehydrate. Amber Summit went out to hunt by himself. I will send out Amber on his own before I forget. Hello, Viper Clan Scent. That didn't go well. Couldn't find them. Whole day was wasted. Saw a pair of 2 legs conducting a rather rigorous training session. Oh, I didn't add your weak leg. Permanent condition. I will add that next time. Reed is feeling content. Basil is trying to set a good example for younger cats. Pablo wants to critique Reed's fighting techniques. Falcon has been playing tricks on her fellow clanmates. Linkston. Ooh, Linkston is pretty. Look at Linkston. Charismatic trusted advisor? Chased out by something. Used to live alone. Look at Linkston. Pretty kitty. Spinel is chasing his own tail, making others laugh while he has a broken jaw and is recovering from birth. You do you, dude. Ghost Sheep has green cough, saw some wandering 2 legs today. Cherubi Branch can't stand this cold. I also want to see if Ghost has any notable stuff. A little bit of dislike for Cherubi. Doesn't like Crocus Whisker at all. Doesn't like Mark. Nothing too doesn't like his dad. I forgot to code in some base, like, platonic like for Bumblebuzz. So after the stream, I will code that he does like Bumblebuzz at least a little bit. Cherubi Branch can't stand this cold. Saffron Flame is finding Pebble Dapple annoying. Maxstar is having a nice conversation with the cats guarding camp. Let's see. Who should we send out? First, I'll send out Cinderpaw and Falcon. Hello, Rabbit from Galaxy Clan. We stole it. Oh, someone wanted Max solo. Well then. Hello, rogues. Stunned for a moment, Maxstar is nearly caught in the teeth of the first rogue, but she uses her superior knowledge of the rocky terrain to dodge the onslaught of attacks. Hello, rogues that aren't us. Cone with links. Okay. Hello, Viper Clan border. Are we stealing? We are indeed. Nope, Cone Poppy leaps and didn't catch the rabbit. Probably for the best. One of them could be Wolf. Pale Mane, Bumblebuzz. J-Clan sent. Bumblebuzz understands it was an honest mistake, but still lectures the apprentice. Saffron, Curl Dream. Wow, that was randomly decided. Okay, they're going on another date. Hello, small dog. Saffron Flame calls out a battle plan, and the cats flow into it, carefully covering each other. Good job. I can do a random solo. Hello, Basil. Just going to get a rabbit. Look at how much prey they got on their own without me doing anything. Ember Runner can go out with Pebble Dapple and Ottersea. Again, random patrol decided all siblings. We could use another healer. River did not join. Who was River? Hello. You were pretty. Unnatural senses, confident learner of lore. You could have been a good healer. Scale Plume was murdered by Max. Yeah, a white cat named River. Sprout Bramble, Birchbone. I mean, if River did join, I probably was gonna change River's name since Riverpaw. Hello, Rabbit. We got it. And Mark and Turbo. Can't think of anything, but the hunt goes well regardless. And Ruby Branch. End up soaked to the skin, but she also doesn't end up finding any dandelions in the snow either. What a wasted and horribly chilly day. 2 more moons, so no births or deaths. Turbo's soreness is gone. Turbo has yellow cough, though. Spinel is scarred by the broken jaw. Curl Dream is no longer bruised. Ember Runner comes to Ruby Branch feeling like Smoke's weak leg is going to collapse. Cone Poppy probably has heat exhaustion. Ironically, in the snow. Cinderpaw has been named Cinder Falcon. That is a cool name. I don't know if that's gonna stay canon at all. Wait, you were mentored by Falcon. Linkston was looking for someone in Viper Clan and then got a running nose. Yeah, I don't know. I just got really coffee all of a sudden. Max Star is finding the responsibility of leadership to be quite the heavy burden. Saffron Flame is delighted by the slow passage of time. Ruby Branch can't keep up with Turbo. Ghost Sheep can't wait to take a nap. Spinel is helping to escort the medicine cat to gather herbs. Cute. Linkston trying to set a good example for younger cats. I wonder if Linkston was looking for Cinder insert whoever their parent is going to be, because we're not completely sure if that's going to be Cinder Kit or Firepaw or whatever. I wonder if she was looking for their parent in Viper Clan. Yeah, Falcon would be cute. Playing tricks on her fellow clanmates. Pablo's relaxing. Basil found a wonderful napping spot. Reed wants to compliment Turbo's fighting techniques. Bumblebuzz tries to set a good example. Turbo wants to critique Cone Poppy's fighting techniques. Amber Summit went out to hunt by himself. Birchbone saw a two-leg kit playing with a dog. It's a good thing that we are towards the end of stream because my voice is kind of dying. You're in the medicine cat den. Doesn't want to go on dawn patrol. Out on a walk. Doesn't want to go on dawn patrol. Pretends to be busy. Can't stand this cold. Wants to be the new deputy. His stream's almost over, I'm fine. Volunteered for extra duties. Cinder Falcon, insecure, good swimmer, trusted advisor. Again, not completely sure how accurate that's gonna stay. Humming a tune he heard in her two-leg place. Pool is proud to be a HornetClan elder. The elders are old as heck, by the way. 158 moons old and 156 moons old. You're in the medicine cat den. Again, let me double check. Yeah, okay, you don't have prevent kits on. Maxstar and Crocus Whisker just haven't been adopting. Aw, look at Bucket. Wonders what Pablo is up to. Self-conscious, quick-witted. Look at the little baby. I can't wait to roll traits. Also, you're long-furred. And you're short-furred. Rocky Kit says hello to Spinel at least 10 times in a row until he finally says hello back. You splash and puddle, so you're gonna be a little swimmer. Look at the cute little babies. Bumblebuzz, let's send you out with, Cone is still hurt. Let's send you out with Maxstar. Hello, Badger Set. Calling the rest of the patrol over. The cats discuss their next move. If Badger has moved in, Maxstar comes up with a plan, pushes loose rocks in front of the set's mouth. Link's Dawn can go out with... I kind of want to send you out with, Cinder Falcon. Both cats have a nice practice session. Yeah, Bumblebuzz joined HornetClan this year. On the first moon. Immediately. Birchbone can go out with Amber Summit and Falcon. We see a shrew. Amber Summit gets it. Was it these two that had a crush on each other? If it isn't, oops. Mark is tempted to eat prey. She thinks she got away with her clandestine snacking, but Mark arrives back at camp. Another patrol member pulls Saffron Flame aside for a quiet word, glaring back at Mark. The deputy assigns her to dig a new trench for the clan's dirt place. Dark Whistle colored buck kit would be cute. Ooh, another chance for a healer? Nope, Gus did not join. The healers are like listening to, ooh, Gust is pretty. 110 moons old, insecure, lore keeper, great climber. Yeah, the healers are healing like exactly who the clan is, and they're like, oh, never mind. Saffron Flame, Sprout Bramble. Sprout Bramble is gonna third wheel on a date. Hello. Aw, Saffron Flame thinks that he's not doing a good job as deputy. The patrol tells him that the clan wouldn't be the same without him, and he's visibly relieved. That's so cute. Pebble Dapple and Ottersteep. And by teamwork, Ottersteep means working together to find the ideal place to nap the afternoon away. Who wants to do work when instead they can just cover for each other and find a glorious spot to waste time? The leader's kits, everybody. Ads in 1 minute. Truby Branch. Okay. Miserable work, but we do end up getting daisies. Okay, saving. And let's do our last time skip. No births or deaths. Crocus Whisker found a Shaka Lilac? Hello. Is this a Marvel thing, or am I thinking of something else? What is Shaka? You're righteous, a skilled mediator, and a good climber. Shakalaka. Used to be a kitty pet. Oh, fleed from a cruel two-leg. That's sad. Well, you're pretty. I love your bow. A hand gesture similar to aloha. Interesting. Also ads right now. Cherubi Branch dislocated her leg. Cherubi Branch is always hurt at the end of a year. Ember Runner feels better. Smoke soreness is gone. Pool went for a long walk this morning, deep in thought. Ghost Sheep recovered from green cough. Let's go. And so has Pablo recovering from white cough. Max Star helps around camp in between her duties. Saffron Flame enjoys the warmth of New Leaf. Cherubi Branch picking the birds from her pelt. I think that is 3 years in a row that Cherubi Branch has ended the year hurt, just so you know. Ghost Sheep saw a yappy little dog. Spinell's looking forward to finding more prey. Also, I didn't check what your scar looks like. Ooh. Also, with broken jaws, in universe, I do kind of usually say, like, the jaw is either weaker or crooked after, just because I like the spice. So, that will be fun to adjust, Spinell's art. Linkston had a nice chat with Cat for another clan at the border. I do think Linkston is trying to keep in contact with whoever the parents of the Viper Clan apprentice we took was. Falcon saw a kitty pet rolling around in a two-legged garden. Pablo is complaining about an itch. Basil is eavesdropping on Pool. Reed doesn't want to go on dusk patrol. Bumblebuzz, again, trying to set a good example for younger cats. Has been catching the most prey on the latest hunting patrols. Curse is a squirrel that just barely got away. Shaka Lilac is looking around the camp with wonder. Birchbone is guarding camp. Curl Dream is fetching Rocky Kit for another cat that was looking for her. Ember Runner is looking forward to the next gathering. Ottersleep is lightening the mood with her shenanigans. Pebble Dapple can identify her clanmates just by the feel of their paw steps. Mark is thinking about the strange two-legged object. Cone Poppy is out on a walk in the territory while you do have heat exhaustion. Sprout Bramble almost got lost near some two-legged nests. Pale Mane is sparring with some clanmates. Cinder Falcon was startled by a squirrel. Pool is lecturing younger cats about the importance of loyalty to the clan. And Crocus Whisker is relaxing in camp. And babies. Buckkit is spending time watching fish in a river. And Rocky Kit is pestering older cats to play with her. With this being said, it would be very cute if we, had, little tiny fish that we just didn't eat and we would just throw it in the little river, in the little pond here. That would be a really cute thing that HornetClan does. Is it effective? Probably not, but I mean, it's cute. Like a little koi pond, but not quite kois because they probably would just eat them. But last patrols, is there any particular cats you want to send out on the last time? Tiny fish breed like crazy. I mean, they could probably just eat them if they got too many. Ghost and Bumble. It's a rare occasion that Bumblebuzz gets to actually patrol with his kit. Their differing roles mean the pair hardly see each other, and it feels like forever since they were alone together. Though Bumblebuzz may not always understand the path of Medicine Cat, he wants Ghost Sheep to know that he's proud of him anyway, and is glad Ghost Sheep is happy in his role. Surprised but appreciative of the reassurance, Ghost Sheep smiles and promises Bumblebuzz that just because they walk different paths, that doesn't mean he'll stop needing Bumblebuzz. Why is Bumblebuzz so cute? Why is Bumble Spinel so cute when they're so cursed? They got Horsetail, Tansy, and Dandelion, by the way. That is such a big haul. Basil Solo Patrol. Just catching a rabbit. Rabbit had too great of a head start. Cone Solo. Cone is currently having heat exhaustion. Yeah, Bumble joined Hornet. Mark with her crush. Are we gonna steal a Viper Clan rabbit? Yep. And then, let's see, Saffron, Ember Mark. Saffron Curl. We can do Saffron Curl. Small Dog. Again, Battle Plan, chases away the dog. Is that pond like an aquarium at a doctor's office? That is really cute. Max Solo. Finds a fat, dumb, slow rabbit, and she can barely drag the thing back to camp. Lynx and Falcon. That's not Lynx. Are we gonna get a healer? We did! Is that just milk, but like French? Hello? Milk? You're ambitious, a great mediator. You're 28 moons old, so you're very young. Seems like he's just another wandering healer. We finally got another one. Hello, Milk. Welcome. You just joined. You're in for a treat. Milk, but misspelled. Milk is term of person. Well then, we got a new medicine cat. It means timid, meek, or unassertive. He looks like a latte. Any other specific patrols you wanted to go on? Oh no, you didn't know about HornetClan, that's why he joined? I'm gonna hydrate before I dehydrate. Turbo Kid Solo. Resist temptation. Goes on a couple great catches to make sure the elders are fed. Oops, Sprout and Pale Siblings was the next one. Oops. Solo Summit. Summit. Okay. I haven't quite gotten used to Amber Summit yet as a name. Hello, Moss Clan. Oop. Standoffish and cold. Milk and Shaka. We're looking for Lungwort. And we get it. Good job. Any last ones before I do some random ones? Someone said random solo like a long time ago, so let me do that. Ooh, it's Cinder Falcon. Think about if he's going where he wants to go. Is he doing a good job? Just isn't very good at this self-reflection thing. Boom shakalaka. All Patrol. We could send the rest on an All Patrol. Well then. Birchbone got a mangled leg. Taken by surprise, the patrol scatters and loses cohesion. The rogues are quick to take advantage of their confusion. Eventually, the patrol retreats. Birchbone badly wounded. That could have been a lot worse. So I'm happy it's just a mangled leg. But yeah, that is the year. So Scale Plume sadly was murdered. But we got a new one named Milk. And We got Ghost Sheep as a full name. No mediators yet. Bumblebuzz joined. And they had babies. See, that was that was a year. We could look at scale. Sends an omen of things to come to Curl Dream. Interesting. I think I'm dying, so I'm gonna end stream while I can talk. That was fun. And I will see you next time. I'm not sure if the next streams are gonna be tomorrow because I think I might be getting sick. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.